everybody. This is Carrie Myronik with Sassy Sisters, and you're listening to Society Bites Radio. Sassy Sisters, that's me.
That's you? Wait, what about me?
For those of you tuning in for the first time, I am one of the co-founders of Sassy Sisters, Inc., and my co-pilot right over here,
Partner in crime.
my radio show co-host is...
we're partners in crime in a lot of things.
Tell us about yourself. What's your name anyway?
My name is Kim Smith.
Kim Smith. That's so hard to remember.
Doesn't get any easier.
She's got such a hard name. I can't, how do you spell that?
Yeah, really. Well, I do have people ask me, how do you spell Smith?
Mm-hmm.
And I spell it, and they're like, oh, Smith. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, that's Smith. It's that Smith.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, nobody can spell my name, so I'm not even going to try.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah,
Took
I'm
me a
just
little
used to
while.
it by now. So how's your day been, Kim? What you been up to?
Oh, it's been a little crazy.
Yeah?
I decided to, need a little cocktail. Settle
Really?
down a little bit.
What you drinking
Stop
over there?
Stressing. I'm drinking the other wine called vodka. What are you drinking?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm drinking the real wine, and it is a red Italian wine. I just love it. I'm sipping on it. It's delicious. For those of you tuning in for the first time, Kim thinks vodka is wine.
Well,
but we're just let her think that, and she's just fine.
I'm
so.
told it's less calories and it gives me less headaches. So,
Oh, well, there you go.
that's my wine.
There you go. All right. So we have a fabulous guest on tonight. She's a sassy sister. Her name is Laurie PAIGE, and we're super excited to have her here. Speaking of wine and vodka, Laurie, I hear you have a nickname. What's your nickname anyway?
I was at one of the Lakewood Ranch socials with a couple of the other sassies and may have been given a nickname of Whiskey.
Now, we need to know why.
Please do tell. Do tell.
My drink of choice that evening was a Jack Daniel's Neat.
Mm.
Ooh, really?
Mm-hmm.
See, I would have never guessed you would drink that.
She's got the heart stuff.
We're going to learn more about her today.
Exactly. We are.
Keeping it sassy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Laurie is a financial advisor. She's with Sound Wealth Management. She has over a decade of financial experience, including mortgage banking, client service, and financial planning. She holds a whole lot of designations. I can't even read all these, but she's extremely knowledgeable and extremely educated and a good person to handle your money.
She handles my money.
Awesome. So when I get some, you can handle mine too. Grew up in Minnesota, a girl after my own heart. She's raised with small town values. So, we're going to try to, we're going to get into your life here, Laurie. We want to hear all about you, and then we want to hear all about your business. So, you grew up in Minnesota.
Yeah. I did, yeah.
Tell us where.
Minnesota.
So I grew up in a small town called Buffalo.
Oh, I know Buffalo. Yes.
I don't know. I'm outnumbered here.
What'd you do in Buffalo for fun when you were a teenager?
Well, I did a lot of working, and I was an on-air personality for AM 1360 KRWC.
No way.
Oh, my gosh.
Way.
Oh, we've got a radio
so you
star.
weren't nervous tonight at all.
Tell us about that. Tell us did you like that?
How did you end up doing that?
Yeah.
I was a varsity football manager, and
What?
I know.
Do tell.
Write this down. Yeah, okay.
And I was doing the offense stats in the press box one night, and the guy that owned the radio station happened to be up there also, and said, "So what are you doing on Sunday?" And I said, "Nothing." "Why?" He said, "Stop by the station. I might have something for you to do." And so he taught me how to run the board, and I did the Sunday morning show.
How fun.
Oh, good for you. That's exciting.
How long did you do that?
About a year and a half.
Yeah. Did you have call-in listeners and things like that?
We did. We had Tradio.
Tradio?
What's that?
It was an on-air garage sale. So if you had something to buy, sell, rent, trade, giveaway, or were looking for an item to buy, you could call in. Now, I usually worked alone in the station, so I didn't have screeners or anything, and it was great.
Wow.
I bet you had some stories about that.
I do.
Tell us a funny story about that.
Well, anytime I had friends or relatives that knew I was working Tradio, they'd call in and give each other's phone numbers away with all kinds of crazy items that nobody actually had.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's too much fun. Well, okay, so Buffalo. You were an on-air radio personality. Who knew? And then what happened? What did you do after that?
Then I went to college, and I went to Concordia University in St. Paul.
Sure.
So right over in your neighborhood.
Absolutely, that's where I grew up.
Just down the street. And I studied Italian opera for 12 years.
What? You studied about the operas, or you sang the opera?
I studied to be an opera singer.
What?
So you can sing? Awesome.
That's what they tell me.
We didn't know that.
Can you hum a few bars for us?
Do a little bit for us.
Oh, gosh, I really threw myself under the bus on that one, didn't I?
That's what we
I'll
do.
start. Vigaro, Vigaro.
Oh, bambino caro, mi piacevi
Oh my gosh. We're
on the floor. We have
No
to get back in
idea.
our chairs. That was awesome.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
we didn't know that.
You should go on America's Got Talent.
So what happened with that? Tell us about your
Tell us about that
musical
career. Yeah.
Well, that got cut weirdly short. But before that got cut short, I ran into a bass guitarist that also owned a record label.
We're coming back to that.
A gentleman by the name of Freeman James owned Ivory Records, which eventually got sold out to Sony Music Productions.
Okay.
And Freeman was playing bass for the Doors at the time.
Oh, I knew I heard that
Oh,
name
how
before.
cool.
Yeah.
So did you
And
hang out with him? Or
I did, and
tell us about it.
he offered me a contract to record under Ivory Records. I chased Christian rock for a couple of years. Had one album released under the name Gemma Thomas.
You did? Really?
I did, yeah. My alias is
gosh.
Gemma Thomas.
Gemma Thomas.
We gotta look that
Look
up.
her up.
I was in pre-production on my second one when I had a tiny little cavity. Went to the dentist, and they filled my trigeminal nerve with anesthetic, and now I have a traumatic nerve injury in my face.
Oh no, that changed your.
Changed the whole trajectory of my career path, and I became a financial planner.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear that. But it's all about your story.
Right.
All about
How
your
did you
story.
cope with that? Were you angry? Were you? I mean, how did you feel about that?
It took me a little while to kind of work through some of the anger. I got to say though, my husband is absolutely my rock, and he's been amazing, and it's been all about whatever I need to do and where I need to go and what can I do to make things better.
No, that helps.
So I could not ask for a better partner to go through this with, and we were just barely newlyweds when the injury happened, and so we were really figuring out our lives together at the time.
Okay.
So you really had to do some figuring at that point.
Yeah, we had to do a lot of figuring things.
Some scrambling.
out.
Yeah.
So tell us about your husband.
How'd you meet him? Is he cute?
I think so.
Of course he's cute.
He is one of the quietest people you'll ever meet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Because you're kind of pretty quiet, too, when I'm around you anyway. Although I don't remember that
She's not quiet when
whiskey
she's singing.
time, but
So Ben doesn't really talk much, and a lot of people ask me if he ever does.
Oh, really? Does he talk when you're at home?
Mostly in the middle of the night when he gets up to yell at the ceiling fan.
that's funny. Talks
Men,
to the ceiling
they're
fan
all
or you? Because is it
strange
you that
creatures
needs
they
it?
are,
Or,
men.
No, he
Those
gets
men.
up to yell at the ceiling fan.
but do you have to have the ceiling fan on, or does he?
No,
or
that's
both
him.
of you? So he wants it on, but he yells at it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the
Okay, tell us
I'd like to know what that poor ceiling fan is doing. That
So would I.
is deserving this
Because he wakes you up.
abuse. Ceiling fan abuse.
Interesting.
Well,
So what's his problem with the ceiling fan in the middle of the night? I really want to know.
okay, is he awake when he's doing this?
No.
He's sleepwalking?
Sleepwalking, has no idea.
Talking.
He has no idea. And
No
he yells
idea.
at
It's
the ceiling.
hysterical.
That is funny.
Oh, he's going to be not happy about that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you
All
should.
right.
You should maybe film that sometime and show it to him.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, all right. So we're up to that. Now there's a couple other things. We hear that you really, really love your smoker. So we're wondering, is the husband the smoker, or what's the smoker?
Well, the smoker's mostly me if we're talking about people, but
Okay.
so
Okay, tell us.
It seems like since this whole COVID thing's been in place, everybody's taken up some new hobby, right?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So my husband comes to me one day and says, "You ever thought about smoking meat?"
And you're like, what?
Do I have to roll it up? Or?
I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, oh, okay, I like barbecue, sure. He's like, well, I've got the smoker all picked out. I'm like,
Oh,
great,
he
order
didn't
it.
even ask for your opinion,
Oh.
huh?
So now you're a smoker.
So now I'm a smoker, and I think I've gotten really more into this thing than he
Okay.
has. I'm like, so what are we smoking this week, Ben?
Yeah. I look for her. That's funny.
Start like a smoker Facebook group. Like, Smokers Anonymous.
We belong to like 3 different smoker
Oh, no.
Facebook groups.
Maybe I should hook you up with my daughter. She's a smoker too. So
I
I
have
look.
all these programs for, when you're
I
addicted to
watch.
smoking.
Yeah. I watch for your posts on the weekends to see what are you doing this weekend? What are you smoking this weekend?
Okay, what's your favorite thing to smoke?
Probably the pork butts.
Pork butts.
Oh yeah, those are good on a smoker.
What do you do with
Definitely.
them? You just put the butts in there and
So
sit them on their butts?
I mix up mustard, brown sugar, and Worcestershire sauce and coat it all in that. I think Katie's going to fall out of her chair.
Our producer is purple right now. She's purple right now. She's trying not to laugh.
Oh, this is funny.
Okay.
So it's okay,
All right, so
after
you mix that up and put them on their butts, right?
Right.
Well, and then you got to rub it with Bad Byron's butt rub.
Okay, now she's turning black.
It's even called butt rub.
We might need an ambulance here for Katie. All right,
Okay.
Okay. So,
And then what?
okay, then what do you do?
Then you put it on the smoker for about 14 hours, and that's about it.
That's
So
it.
sit it on its butt for 14 hours.
And the butt rub thing.
I know people that do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know plenty of people that sit on their butts for 14 hours.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well,
But they don't
All right.
probably taste as good as her butt.
This went south quickly.
all right, we're getting back on track, everybody. All right.
right,
So,
so-
okay. So now, when you're not smoking, when you're not out smoking in the backyard, tell us how you got into financial planning. Tell us what you love about it. And then I also know that you spent a lot of your life as a caretaker for your family. So let's talk about that first, and then let's get into how that helped you get into what you're doing now, and tell us all about who you are and what you do.
So I was a caretaker for some senior friends and family for a really long time, and some of them had done a really good job of setting up their futures, and some of them, not so much.
Okay.
Through that process, it became really important to me to help people have access to ethical and reliable advice and